Thank you. Mr. Orban, what is politics to you?
Speaking not on philosophical level, but practically as a leader, may I say that politics in the Hungarian understanding is a job for the leaders to help the people, our nation, to prepare for the future.
Thank you.
So therefore it means that we have to understand what this future will look like. Second, what kind of instruments we have had, what kind of instruments we don't have, and how we can get it. So to help to prepare your nation for the future.
Thank you. I have a question for Mr. Orban. Actually, how are we going to define acquisition criteria for new member states, accession criteria for new member states? Are those going to be rule-based or value-based?
May I have a remark on migration also?
Sure, of course.
Because probably some of you remember that I was the first one who definitely fought against the concept of the Speaker of the European Parliament from 15, at the very first moment, to say that that policy and that approach can destroy the cultural identity of Europe, will deliver a lot of unsecured groups of people to Europe. That could be resulted in terrorism and many social difficulties, and we don't have answer and we are not prepared how to treat that kind of new challenges. So I represent that position from the very beginning. And now, as Afghanistan happened, I think this is the reality again. And as a consequence of the dispute on migration issue inside the European Union created many diversities and difficulties and differences. And I think now we are not able to overbridge that kind of gap among the opinions. So the only way, if you would not like to create a situation when dispute on migration destroy the unity of European Union, the only way is to give all the rights back to the nation state in relation to migration. That's the only way. Otherwise, we will suffer a lot. So that's about migration. And on demography and migration, may I say that what we need is not newcomers instead of our own people originally living here, because it's just a mathematical approach. If we invite others from outside Europe, that will change the cultural identity of Europe. There are some countries who accept it. Hungary is not among that countries. We would not like to change the cultural identity of our countries, so we don't accept migration as a solution to the demographic politics or demographic challenges. We only believe that the family policy, the traditional Christian family policy, can help us out of that demographic crisis. On your question, what was that? Sorry.
No, I think you've answered for quite enough. I just wanted to say how to avoid disruptive political approaches when accessing new countries or when adding new countries to the European Union.
So may I have one remark on that?
But really short, please.
So I try to be very cautious because the president of Serbia is here, and the key country is Serbia. So without accepting Serbia as new member of European Union, there is no reason that it's nonsense to speak about any kind of security and any kind of whole European identity. So Serbia is the key country. And the truth is that we Europeans, European Union countries, need more Serbia membership than Serbia needs the European membership. So this is a strategic issue. So the approach should be geopolitical. So we need Serbia because of geopolitics. Otherwise, we will suffer on the security side of our life.
Thank you very much. Very brief reply by Ms. Šuica, and then we go to Mr. Vučić to trying to identify why Serbia is important, as Mr. Orban mentioned.
Only short replica to Prime Minister Orban. I haven't said that migration is a solution, but that migration can be one of the solutions. If you think about headhunting, also you in Hungary sometimes look for some experts in the world. So managing migrations can be one of the solutions, but not the only. This is the reason why I mentioned rural areas and huge European potential and creating an environment for our Europeans to live there.
Okay.
First of all, we have to declare clearly we are speaking about illegal migration, illegal, organized by smugglers. These smugglers which made 6 billion euro money in 2016. These people are coming to Europe for better life. The smugglers are promising better life. And in 2015, a lot of countries welcomed the illegal migrants. By the way, our friend Sebastian Kurz, which won last election with anti-migration policy. And since the beginning of the stupid idea of quotas of Jean-Claude Juncker, we were fighting against. And Viktor and me on 26 June, 4 o'clock in the morning, definitely, at European Council, we said we are blocking this redistribution of illegal migrants. And we have to stop this illegal migration outside of Europe. And this illegal migration was connected with several terrorist attacks. We forgot probably. So this is definitely not acceptable. And it is about safety. Afghanistan, it's catastrophe. It's a shame. It's really unbelievable what's happening in Afghanistan. And we NATO members, we have to speak about this, about safety. And this is, you are speaking about enlargement of EU. Why we don't speak about Schengen? I'm always saying loudly why Bulgaria and Romania and Croatia are waiting to enter Schengen area. Why? Our friend Zoran Zaev is sitting here. We have 60 Czech policemen in North Macedonia defending the Schengen border. Which is in reality, in 2015 and 16, was not really functioning. The only Schengen border with a functioning in 2015 was Viktor Orban border, only Hungarian border. So this is the reality, and where is the strategy? We never speak about the enlargement of Schengen, which is much easier than EU, and Zoran Zaev made everything. And EU didn't deliver. We didn't deliver the promises. So we have to define clearly. First about Schengen. Let's say clearly if we are going to take West Balkans in Schengen, including Serbia, our friend President Vučić, or not. Where we are going to defend our border, and I'm always saying about Asterix and Obelix village, on the sea. And how we are going to stop the migration? Very simply, like before, with negotiation with President Erdogan. He got 6 billion euro, now he will get I don't know how much. And we organized a lot of conferences. I was sitting in Palermo about Libya conferences. I went to Frontex. And we are speaking, and there is no strategy, no clear strategy about the territory, Schengen first, which should be much easier than enlargement of EU.
Okay, thank you.
Così come mi hanno preoccupato le affermazioni del Presidente Vučić, mi preoccupano anche le affermazioni di Viktor, del Primo Ministro Orban,
what Prime Minister Orban said,
quando dice che lui non vuole gestire il fenomeno migratorio, ma lo vuole bloccare. Siccome la storia spesso è maestra di vita, non vorrei che si ripetesse per l'Unione Europea quello che già è avvenuto per l'impero romano. Non custodire le nostre frontiere, non gestire i flussi migratori, può portare a farci travolgere. Ecco perché sono preoccupato di questo atteggiamento. Sulle soluzioni discutiamo. Il mio motto resta quello dell'Unione Europea. Uniti nella diversità.
The one of the European Union, united in diversity.
Historical analogy is always useful, but those migrants who are coming now are all Muslims. So therefore, your experience how the Roman Empire collapsed is less relevant than the experience of the Hungarians and the Baltic countries who were earlier occupied by Muslim countries. So therefore, our experience is more relevant than the Roman story empire. And I'm sure that everybody who is sitting here, even the Holy Seat, is aware that those who are coming are all Muslims and changing the composition of our continent. And it's a challenge to our cultural Christian heritage. On Europe, stay together. So my future vision on Europe, stay together. The question is how to stay together. The precondition is economic success. Without having economic success, there is no political basis for common values.
Okay. Mr. Babiš.
I didn't like your expression that Europe is a soft power. We should be strong power. We should be strong economic power. We should be strong military power. And I perfectly agree with Viktor about everything. And we should complete the roots, the 4 freedoms. Where is our internal market now? 235 billion euro. There is a potential of growth of all our countries. So we have to define the territory, and then we have really to be strong, because we have very strong competitors. China, Russia, and United States. Why we don't have any agreement, trade agreement, United States, and so on. So let's come back to these 4 freedoms, which are very far not completed.